Hello everyone. Today we are going to see and solve UPSC CSAT 2025 Prelims paper. Let's start the paper. The question here says, first question, a solid cube is painted yellow on all its faces. It is painted on all faces. Then the cube is cut into 60 smaller but equal pieces by making the minimum number of cuts. So the required condition here is when you should make minimum number of cuts. Then which of the following statement are correct? Let's first see how to cut a cube into 60 pieces by having minimum number of cuts. So I need 60 smaller pieces from this bigger cube. How to get minimum number of cuts? We can do it in this format. So if I get 5 pieces in lengthwise and 4 pieces breadthwise and 3 pieces heightwise, the total will be 60 pieces. To get 5 pieces lengthwise, how many cuts we have to do? We have to do only 4 cuts. In breadthwise, we have to do 3 cuts. In height-wise, we have to do 2 cuts. See, if I cut 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, 5 times, I'll get 6 pieces. But I want only 5 pieces. So I'll make only 1, 2, 3 and 4 cuts. So 4 cuts will give 5 pieces on lengthwise and 3 cuts will give 4 pieces. Together they will make 60 pieces. So the minimum number of cuts required here is 4 plus 3 plus 2, which will be equals to 9. The first option is correct. The second statement says the number of smaller pieces which are not painted on any face is 6. This is again similar to PYQ question. To get pieces which are not having, which don't have any face painted, we need to take out pieces, 2 pieces on every side. In lengthwise, we have to eliminate this face and this face. So in lengthwise, we'll get 3 pieces. In breadthwise, we'll get 4 minus 2 is 2. And in height-wise, we'll get 3 minus 2 as 1. This will be 6 pieces. So in this cube, after cutting into 60 smaller pieces, we'll have 6 cubes which will have not painted on any face is 6. So both the statements are correct. It's again a simple question. Here it is saying if 7 star 24 is 25 and 12 star 16 is 20, then what is 16 star 63? If you know Pythagoras theorem, we can get easily that 7 square plus 24 square is 25 square. In similar manner, 12 square plus 16 square is 20 square. In a similar way, 16 square plus 63 square will be square of 65. This is an easy question when compared to previous question. The next question says, the petrol price shot up by 10% as a result. The hike in crude oil prices. The price of petrol before the hike was rupees 90 per liter. So earlier price is 90 per liter. A person travels 2,200 kilometers every month and his car gives a mileage of 16 km per liter. So mileage is 16 km per liter. By how many kilometers should he reduce his travel if he wants to maintain his expenditure at the previous level? So he don't want to increase his expenditure. Whatever he is spending earlier before the rise of prices, he needs to maintain the same amount of expenditure after rising of prices. We can change, for the car we can change mileage and we can change the increased price. So the only thing that we can change here is the distance traveling by him. So if we find out the distance price 1, what is the total amount of expenditure he is spending in the first case before increase of prices, we can compare that with second scenario. Let's start. How to get price 1 here? We can simply get number of kilometers it is rupee 90 per liter. In the first case, he is consuming 2200 by 16 liters of petrol. And the total amount of price he is spending is 90 rupees per liter. This will be the price in the first case, his expenditure in the first case. The similar manner, I don't know the number of kilometers he needs to travel in second case, but I know that mileage will not change and the increased price is, it is increased by 10%. 10% of 90 is 9, so the new price will be 99. So from here, we'll get X as 2000. So now he needs to travel only 2000 kilometers every month to have same expenditure. So the answer will be, he need to reduce it by 200 kilometers. Again, this is a similar model of previous year question. If you observe the question says a 4-digit number n is such that when divided by 3, 5, 6, 9 leaves a remainder of 1, 3, 4, 7 respectively. What is the smallest value of n? So I want smallest value of n. If I observe clearly, if divided by 3, 5, 6, 9, it is leaving remainder of 1, 3 and 4, 7. I know the condition for 3, divisibility by 3. It should be, the sum of digits should be divisible by 3. I know the condition for 5, the n digit should be either 5 or 0. If we apply this logic here, it should give a remainder of 3 when divided by 5. If we closely observe these all 4 options, 1072 will give a remainder of 2 when divided by 5. We can eliminate this one. 1082 will also give a remainder of 2 when divided by 5. So we can eliminate this option 2. So the leftover options are 1068 and 1078. I need to check these two numbers when divided by 3569 should leave remainder 1347. So the divisibility rule for 3 is the sum of digits should be divisible by 3. If I observe first statement, the sum will be 6 plus 7, 6 plus 1 7, 7 plus 8 15. So 15 is divisible by 3. So this number is entirely divisible by 3. So the remainder here will be 0 if it is divided by 3. So the leftover option is 1078. So this will be our correct answer. We can verify for remaining numbers also by dividing it. Next question. Consider the following statement. First statement. Here it is saying then B is always greater than E. The extreme statement is B is always greater than E. What is the link between here B and E? It is given that B greater than C, less than D, greater than E. So if I draw a line diagram, B should be greater than C. If I keep C here, B will be here. This is increasing order. So B is greater than C and D should be greater than C. So D can be anywhere from here to upwards and E is less than D. So E is less than D, anywhere from here to here, starting from D. So it is saying that B is always greater than E. If I take D value here, I can take E value here also. In this case, B is not greater than E, B is less than E. So I am proving it, the statement cannot be always true. So the statement is incorrect. Second statement is given as then S is always less than V. Again extreme statement, always. If I closely observe the statement, I can simply take S is equals to T less than or equals to U equals to V. One condition here is S is T, S equals to T equals to U equals to V. In this case I can take S is equals to V. So this statement is not always correct. So the answer will be neither one nor two. This is a simple question in the entire paper. This question doesn't take even less than 10 seconds because what is the unit digit in the multiplication of 1, 3, 5, 7 so on. Here it is having 5 as a number here. We know that if anything is multiplied by 5, the last digit will be either 5 or 0. And the option doesn't have 0, the option only have 5. So 5 will be the answer. This should take less than 10 seconds in the exam hall also. This is little bit tricky question, but if people have solved PYQs, this will be easy to moderate question. The question state, what is the maximum value of n such that 7 into 343 into 385, 1000 into 2401 into 77777 is divisible by 35 power n. So the number should be divided by 35 power n and I need to find out the maximum value for n. If I can expand this, I can write 35 as 7 into 5 power of n. So if I find out how many number of 7 into 5s are there in this product, I can get my value of n. Whatever the limiting factor here will be the n value. If I observe closely, the number here it is 7 into 343 into 385 into 1000 into 2401 into 77777. So we have 1 7 here. From here I will get 7 into 7 4 is 28, 6, 7 9 63. Again I will get 7 into 7. I will have 1 5 here, 5 7 is 35, again 3 35. So I will get 5 into 7 into 11. Let's simplify it. I can write 1000 as 5 into 200. Again I can write 200 as 5 into 40. I can write again it as 5 into 5 into 5 into 8. Here I won't get any 5 values, and here also I won't get any 5 values. But here I can get 7 also. 7 into 3 is 21, 30, 7 4 is 28, 21, 7 3 is 21. Again 343, I can write this as 7 into 7 into 7 into 7. Here I can write 7 into 1, 1, 1. So if I count number of 5s, here 3 5s are there, here 1 5 is there. Any 4 5s are the total. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, more than number of 5s, we have number of 7. So the limiting factor here will be number of 5s, which we have exactly, here 1 5 is there, and here we have 3 5s. Total number of 5s will be 4. So we can write 35, the maximum value of here we will get as 4. So here after expansion, the total number of 5s we get here is 1 plus 3, that is 4. But we have more than 4 number of 7s here. But here limiting factor will be 5. So our answer will be 4. This is little bit a tricky question. What is x in the sequence? 24, x, 12, 18, 36 and 90. So I want to find out x. If I want to find out the number x here, I need to know the logic that is connecting all these digits. I can see the difference here is 6 and the difference here is 18 and the difference here is 54. Is there any link here? So I can see 6 is half of 12 and 18 is exactly 18 and 54 is 1.5 times of 36. So if I multiply 12 into 1.5, I'll get 18. If I multiply 18 into 2, I'll get 36. If I multiply 36 into 2.5 times, I'll get 19. So in a similar manner, I need to multiply x 1 times to get 12 and 24.5 times to get x. And in both the cases, x should be equal. 24 into 0.5 will be 12 and here also x will be 12. So the answer will be 12. Again, this question can be solved in the exam hall if you have practiced PYQs. This is relative velocity question. This is also a PYQ concept question. P and Q walk along a circular track. They start at 5 am from the same point in opposite directions. So they are walking in opposite directions. That means relative velocity should be sum of the velocities. P walks at an average speed of 5 rounds per hour. So P is walking at 5 rounds per hour. And Q walks at an average speed of 3 rounds per hour. Q, 3 rounds per hour. How many times will they cross each other between 5:20 am and 7 am? So they are individually, P is completing 5 rounds per hour and Q is completing 3 rounds. If they are traveling in opposite directions, the relative velocity will be, together they complete 8 rounds per hour. So per hour means they are taking 8 rounds in 60 minutes. Now I want how many times they meet in between 5:20 am to 7 am. So here the number of minutes will be 60 plus 40, 100 minutes. I want to find out x. If I multiply, cross multiply, I'll get 8 by 60. This will be approximately equal to 13 point something we'll get, but as rounds can be in decimals, it will be 13. Again, simple question. Let's see. If P is plus, Q is minus, R is multiplication, S is division, then insert the proper notations between the successive numbers in the equation. 60 dash 15 dash 3 dash 20 dash 4 equals to 20. There is no shortcut method for this. We need to apply every options. First option is SPRQ. S here is division, P is addition, R is multiplication, Q is subtraction. So we need to follow Badma's rule here. So first we need to divide. 16 divided by 15 is 4. Then we have to multiply. 3 into 20 is 60 minus 4. What is the value here? 64 minus 4, this is 60. So first option is incorrect. If I go with second option, Second is QRPS. Q is minus, R is multiplication, P is addition, S is division. So again we need to start from dividing. It will be 5, multiplication 45. If I expand the statement, 60 minus 45 plus 5, which will be equals to 15 plus 5, 20. So answer should be 20. So second option is correct. There is no shortcut for this. We need to apply every options. Okay, again speed distance concept. A tram overtakes two persons X and Y walking at an average speed of X is walking at 3 km per hour and 4 km per hour in the same direction. So they are walking in the same direction and a tram is overtaking them, passes them in 8 seconds and 9 seconds. What is the length of the tram? So I need to find out the length of tram. But I don't know the velocity at which tram is traveling. So if I assume the velocity of tram is x, then the relative velocity between, let's say it is a kilometer per hour. So that confusion will not be there between x and y. So in the case of x, the tram is taking 8 seconds to completely cross him. If I take relative velocity a minus 3, as the length of tram is in meters and time given is in seconds, I will convert this a minus 3 into meters per second. This should be equals to length of tram by what is speed is equal distance by time, 8. The similar way, a in the case of y, this should be equals to, in the case of x this is, and in the case of y, a minus 4 into 1000 by 60 into 60 should be equals to length of tram by 9 seconds. If I solve these two equations, there are two variables and two unknowns. I'll get length of tram as 20 meters. I'll get speed here as I think 12 km per hour. But here what we need is length of tram. By solving these two equations, we have two unknowns, two equations. We can simply solve and get length of tram as 20 meters. This question is will be very easy to students who have solved 2023 paper, CSAT paper, because the similar question but with similar concept but different question has came in 2023. So this shows the importance of PYQs. From starting itself I am saying many concepts or many questions are directly from PYQs. So if I know n square is this value, then how many digits does the number n have? Without knowing concept, we can solve it in the exam hall. So in the previous questions there is a concept given, which here we need to know that the product of ones will always be in numbers, in consecutive numbers. If there are 3 ones, the middle digit will be 3. If there are 4 ones, the middle digit will be 4 and the number repeats again. So here in the product, the middle digit is 9. So how many ones the n have? N will have 9 ones. Simple, the answer is 9. This question will take less than 20 seconds if you know the concept and if you have solved the 2023 paper. Here it is saying 3 prime numbers P, Q and R, each less than 20. Prime numbers here are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. These are prime numbers less than 20. Such that P minus Q is equals to Q minus R. How many distinct possible values we can get for P plus Q plus R? Condition is P minus Q is Q minus R and every PQR is again a prime number. I can take from here P plus R is 2Q. That means sum of two prime numbers should be double of another prime number. Let's start verifying with each value of P and R. If I take P is 2, can I take R value as 3? If I take R as 3, sum will be 5. This will not be a multiple of again prime number. If I take P to R 5, sum will be 7. It's not again possible. R as 7, sum will be 9. Not possible. R as 11. I can get because odd plus even number will give odd number, which will not be a multiple of 2. So I need to go for P is 3. If I take P3, R as 5. Sum will be p plus r 8, which will not be product of again another prime number. Can I take r as 7? 7 plus 3 is 10. 10 is product of 2 times of 5. So one condition is this. Can I take r as 11? 11 plus 3 is 14, not product. If I take r as 13, this can be 13 plus 13, 16. 8 is not a prime number. R as 17. 17 plus 3, 20 is not again a prime number. R as 19. If I take R 19, 19 plus 3 is 22. 11 is prime number. So again I am getting two conditions here itself. If I take P as 5, R as 7, 7 plus 5 is 12. No, it's not possible. R as 11, 16 is not again possible. 13 plus 5, 18. No, not prime number. 17 plus 5, 22. Again, here you are getting product as 2 into 11. One more here. R as 19. I am getting 19 plus 5 as 24. 12 is not again possible. So if I keep on checking these values, here itself I got 3 values. Let's see. Again, verify remaining because options are less than 6. If I take P value as 7, R as 11, 18 is not again prime number. R as 13 plus 7, 20, no. 17 plus 7, 24. 12, no. 19 plus 7 is 26. Yeah, here it is possible. R as 13 is a prime number. If I take P7 हो गया, P11, R as 13, 11 plus 13 is 20, 24, no. R as 17, it is 28, 14, no. R as 19, 19 plus 11 is 30, 15, again no. If I take P as 17, R as 19, 17 plus 19 is, what's here, 7 plus 9, 6, 36, 18 is again not a prime number. So here also if I add P3, R11, 14, R will be 2 into 7. Again one more condition is here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is possible, not 4. So if you see the question, it is given that January, December, October, then X, then March, then again October, then Y, then September. So if I try to get that sequential link by having a increasing order, I can get, because January plus 11 months is December, December plus minus 2 months will be October. So I am not getting in increasing order. If I go for decreasing order, let's see. January and January will have 0 months in between, January to January. December to January I have only 1 month in between. December plus 1 month is January. October plus 2 months is December. So in similar manner, if I verify here, October plus October, November, December, January, February, then will be March. So total will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here 5. So if 1, 0, 1, 2, so this will be plus 3 and plus 4. So X will be, so March, April, May, June, July. And here it will be, this will be plus 6. So from April plus 6 we will get October. We should go from decreasing order in reverse manner. So the option will be, correct answer will be July and April. Again, this question is simple if you understand the concept, if you closely observe the question. Team X scored a total of n runs in 20 overs. Team Y tied the score in 10% less over. So Team Y has tied the score. That means they are scoring the same runs n, but in 10% less overs. So 10% less of 20 is 20 minus 2. That is, in 18 overs they are scoring same runs. Now here, had Team Y's average run rate been 50% higher, here the average run rate is n by 18. So if this average run rate is 50% higher, 50% means 0.5 times of n by 18. This can be written as n by 12. The score would have been tied in 12 overs. So n by 12 run rate means in 12 overs they are scoring n runs. How many runs were scored by Team X? Is there any way here we have to is there any way that we can find out n here? If Team Y's average run rate has been 50% more, the score would have been tied in 12 overs itself. Whatever you keep value of n value, if you keep n as 72 from first option, Then also the runs will be scored by team Y will be tallied in 12 hours itself. If we keep B also, the condition will be satisfied. If we keep C also, the condition will be satisfied. Unless we have any other parameter or any other defining equation, we can find exact value of n. So the answer will be cannot be determined. This question seems to be complicated at an initial look, but if you try to put your pen on paper, it will be very simple. The price P of a commodity is first increased by K%. I know initial price is P. If I want to know price after increasing, I know how to take it as 100 plus K by 100 as it is increased. Then decrease by K%. Again 100 minus K by 100. Again this is increased by K%. 100 plus K by 100. Again the price is decreased by K%. 100 minus K by 100. If I take denominators outside, this will be P by 10 power. How many zeros are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 zeros are there. And if I observe numerators, A plus B, A minus B, A plus B into A minus B. Here it will be A square minus B square. That will be 10 square minus K square. This will be 10 power 4. And this will come at 2 times. The whole will be this. The new price is given as Q. So if I write this in the form of options given, this will be P into 10 power 4 minus K square whole square equals to Q into 10 power 8. It is very simple. But if at initial look, it looks to be complicated, but it's very simple. It's very easy also. Consider the first 100 natural numbers. How many of them are not divisible by any of 2, 3, 5, 7, 9? So I want natural numbers which are not divisible by 2, 3, 5, 7 and 9. So the remaining, so if this condition has to be satisfied, the natural numbers should be prime numbers. So now I want prime numbers which are less than 100. So in less than 100 there are total 21 prime numbers. In addition to 21 prime numbers, there is one also at starting of here. So 1 plus 21 is 22 numbers. So there are total 22 numbers, 22 natural numbers which are not divisible by any of these numbers. If you know the concept of prime numbers, it is very easy to solve. This question is also easy if you know the concept, if you understood the question exactly as given. The condition here is 4 less than or equals to x less than or equals to y 8 and 2 less than or equals to y less than or equals to 7. Then what is the ratio of maximum value of x plus y? So I want x plus y to be maximum. If I want this value to be max, I need to take maximum value of x and I need to take maximum value of y also. So in the given condition, maximum value of x is 8 and maximum value of y will be 7. So this will be the maximum value of x plus y. And then minimum value of x minus y. Here to get minimum value of x minus y, I know I need to take minimum value of x and maximum value of y. So this to be minimum and y should be maximum. Minimum value of x is 4 and maximum value of y is 7. This will be minus 3. Now I want the ratio of these two things. This will be 15 by minus 3. This will be minus 5, which is not given in the options. So answer will be none of the above. The given condition is let both P and K be prime numbers. So both P and K are prime numbers such that P square plus K is again a prime number. It's also a prime number less than 30. So sum of this should be less than 30 and it also should be prime number. If I take prime numbers, this will be 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23 and so on. So if I take p value as, initially p value as taking 2, then p square plus k will become 4 plus k. If I take k value as 2, let's assume that these values are for k. If I take k value as 2, 4 plus 2 is 6, is not a prime number. Then 4 plus 3, 7 is a prime number. 4 plus 5, 9 is not a prime number. 7 plus 4, 11 is a prime number. 11 plus 4, 15 is not a prime number. 13 plus 4 is 17 is prime number. 17 plus 4 is 21. It's not a prime number. 19 plus 4, 23 is a prime number. 23 plus 4, 27 is not a prime number. If I take 29, next prime number, 29 plus 4 will be 33, which will be greater than 30. So I am not taking 29. So in this condition, we are getting 1, 2, 3, 4. So in P is equals to 2, I am getting 4 possible values. If I take P as next number is 3. So P square is 9 plus K. So if I take K value as 2 here, 9 plus 2 is 11. It's a prime number. Then if I take K value as 3, 9 plus 3 is 12, is not a prime number. 9 plus 5 is 14, is not a prime number. 9 plus 7, 16 is not prime number. 11 plus 9, 20 is not a prime number. 9 plus 13, 22 is not a prime number. See, whatever we do, we are adding 2 odd numbers. 2 odd numbers will always give even number unless it is 2 here. So whatever we are adding, 9 plus 17, 26 is also not a prime number because everything will be even here. So P, in the case of P is equals to 3, no possible values are not possible except when K is 2. So one condition is here. If I take P value as next prime number as 5, then it will become 25 plus K. If I take K value as 2, 27 is not a prime number. 25 plus 3, 28 is also not a prime number. 25 plus 5, 30 is also not a prime number. And this value will go on increasing, which is greater than 30. If I take P value as 7, then P square plus K is 49 plus K, which itself is greater than 30. So I should not take this condition. So possible values of K here are, K can be 3, 7, 13, 19 and 2. Total values are 5. So 5 will be our answer. It will take little time. So this type of question should be solved either in second round or third round because there are questions which will be solvable within less than 20 seconds. That should be solved in first round. Let's go for next question. See, this type of question should be solved immediately in first round itself. If I notice here, A, B, dash, C, C, dash, A, dash, B, C, 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 dash, B, B, C, dash, C. If I count total number of alphabets here, this will be 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 alphabets are there. This will be in terms of 16 to 3. Either the pattern will be repeating in 3 or it will be repeating in 6 alphabets. Let's go for repeating in 3 alphabets. So 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. At an initial look, I can see here, C's are repeating here. So in this case, if I take C here, this should be also be C. And here it is, we can see that last 2 alphabets are B and B. Here also it is B and here also it is B. So it is B, C, B, I can give A here and C. So BC, sorry, A, BC, BC, BAC. So third option is correct. This will take less than 20 seconds in exam hall also. This is also an easy question. Given here it is P is brother of Q. So Q and P are from the same generation. And P is brother of Q. So P is a male. And R. I don't know the gender of both Q and S. Sorry, Q and R. S is R's mother. So S is mother of R and S is a female. T is P's father. So T will be the couple of S, spouse of S, which will be a male. T is P's father. How many of the following statements are definitely true? This should be definitely true. S and T are couple. Yeah, they are couple. So first statement is true. Q is T's son. I don't know the gender of Q. So I can definitely say that Q is son of T. It can be daughter of T also. And T is Q's father. This I can say because T is a father of Q, P and R. S is P's mother. This also I can say. R is T's daughter. I don't know the gender of R here, so I can definitely say that. So here fourth option is saying S is P's mother, S is female and S is mother of P. So this option is also correct. Fifth option, R is T's daughter. We definitely don't know the gender of R, so we can definitely not say R is T's daughter. P is C's son. We know the gender of P as male, so P will be C's son. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 statements are true. Only 4 will be the answer. This question is also simple. If NO is quoted as 210 and NOT is quoted as 4200 and NOTE is quoted as 21,000, then how is NOTES is quoted? If NO is 210, what is the changing value here? If I multiply 210 into 20, I'll get 4200. If I multiply 4200 into 5, I'll get 21,000. So if I closely observe here, extra added is T. Alphabetically T is 20th alphabet, and if I see here, it is multiplied by 5 and E is 5th alphabet. So in the same way, I need to multiply the number of alphabet, the position of alphabet of S, which is 19. S is 19th alphabet. So if I multiply 21,000 into 19, I'll get 39,900. Sorry, 3,99,000, which will be option A. Okay, next question. Here it is given as France is quoted as 654321. So I can see that there is no any pattern with alphabets. It is directly quoted as 654321, and Germany is quoted as 9158,437. Then how is MN coded? It is very simple. I need to take code for Y, which is 7, code for E, which is 1, M code is 8, E code is again 1, N code is 3. So it will be 71813. Option D is the correct answer. Let's see this question. The 5-digit number P, Q, R, S and T all distinct digits. So P, Q, R, S, T all should be distinct such that T is not equals to 0. So I can take T 0. But P is thrice of T, S is greater than Q by 4 and Q is greater than R by 3. How many such 5-digit numbers are possible? So I want to find out how P, Q, R, S, T that is satisfying this given 4 conditions. If starting from T, I can take T value as 1, 0. So I'll start with T value as 1. Then my P value will be 3. If I take R0 here, Q value will be 3 and S value will be 7. But I can take this sequence because P and Q are repeating. So this condition will fail. If I take R value as 1, Q will become 4, S will become 8. This condition is satisfied. If I take R as 2, Q will become 5, S will become 9. This condition again is satisfied. If I take R3, Q will become 6, S will become 10. This should not be a possible condition because S cannot be 2-digit number. So the maximum value of R we can take is 2 only. So with condition T is 1, there are two possible numbers. If I take T is 2, then P value will be 6. In this case, if I take R0, Q will be 3 and S will be 7. This condition is satisfying the condition. If I take R1, Q is 4 and S is 8. This is also satisfying the condition. If I take R2, I can take R2 because already T is 2 here. So moving on, further value of T, if I take T3, P value will be 9. If I take R0, Q will be 3. So this again fails the condition. If I take R3, because already Q is 3, T and T is also 3. If I take R1, Q will be 4 and S will be 8. This is satisfy the condition. If I take R2, Q value will be 5 and S value will be 9. This condition also not satisfied because P value is already 9. So total possible numbers of P, Q, R, S, T are 1, 2, 3, 4. Already R is 1, T is 1 here. So the possible conditions are only 4. This question is little bit lengthy. If time permits, you should solve these type of questions at the end of the exam. Let's see how to solve this question. X can complete 1/3 of certain work in 6 days. So X can complete 1/3 work in 6 days. So X will take how many days to complete full work? So X will take 6 into 3, 18 days to complete full work. In a similar manner, Y can complete 1/3 of same work in 8 days. So to complete full work, he will take 18 to 3, 24 days. And Z can complete 3/4 of same work, 3/4 of work in 12 days. So he will take how many days to complete full work? 12 into 4 by 3. It is 16 days. So rate of doing work by X is 1 by 18. So per every day he will do 1 by 18th part of work. The rate of doing work for Y is 1 by 24, and in case of Z it is 1 by 16. The given condition here is all of them work together for n days, and then X and Z quit, and Y alone finishes the remaining work in 8 2 by 3 days. So at the end only Y is working. How many days he is working? 8 2 by 3 days. This means 26 by 3 days. So Y will complete 1 by 24th work in for every day. So for 26 by 3 days, how much work he will complete is 26 by 3 into 1 by 24th work. This will be 26 by 3 into 24. This value will be 26 by 72 part of work. So why he is completing 26 by 72 part of work in 8 2 by 3 days. So the remaining work that together they have done is 72 minus 26 by 72. This will be equals to 46 by 72 part of work. If I take X plus Y plus Z, I'll have 1 by 18 plus 1 by 24 plus 1 by 16. So if I take LCM of 1 by 24, 1 by 18 plus 1 by 16, I'll get the value as 46 by 288. So for every day, together X, Y and Z will complete 46 by 288 part of work. So to finish 46 by 72 part of work, how many days they have to work is n days. So if I multiply 46 by 288 into 4, I'll get 46 by 72. So the answer will be 4. What is X in the sequence? 1, 3, 6, 11, 18, X, 42. If I closely observe, difference is here 2, here 3, it is 5 here, it is 7 here. 2, 3, 5, 7 are prime numbers. The next value should be 7, 11 and 13. So 18 plus 11 is 29. If to verify, it should be 29 plus 13 should be 42. You satisfy the condition. So the answer will be 29. In a football match, team P playing against Q was behind by 3 goals with 10 minutes remaining. So if I take goals of Q as X, the number of goals by P is X minus 3, and they have 10 minutes left. Does team P win the match? By simply seeing the statement, I can say exactly whether P can win the match or Q can win the match. Let's take the use of statement 1. Statement 1 is saying team P scored 4 goals in the last 10 minutes. So it is saying team P has scored 4 goals in the last 10 minutes. So if I take plus 4, this will become X plus 1. I don't know anything about the goals scored by Q. It can score 0, the team Q can score 0 goals. It might have scored 10 goals also, but the question is not sure about anything regarding Q. So I can't exactly say whether P win the match or not. Let's take the use of statement 2. Statement 2 is saying team Q scored a total of 4 goals in the match. So at the end of the match, Q has got 4 goals. I can say that initially itself Q has 4 goals, but they have 0 here. If it is 4 goals here at initial point, the goals of P will be 4 minus 3, this will be 1, and they scored 4 goals in last 10 minutes, the total goals scored by P will be 1 plus 4 is 5. Total will be 6. If I take second condition that the all goals, 4 goals by P has been done here itself. Then the goal scored by Q will be 0 here, but here it should be x minus 3, which is not possible. So the minimum number of goals at the beginning of match, before 10 minutes, Q should be scored is 3, so that P will be scoring 0. And then after that, in last 10 minutes, the P has scored 4. Total goals will be 4 here and 4 here. So the match will be draw. So I can definitely not say by using two statements whether P wins the match or not. So the answer will be, the question cannot be answered. I have checked both the conditions, and in both the cases, I am not sure whether P wins the match or not. Moving on to the next question. A question is P plus Q square minus 4PQ. If I expand this statement, this will be P square plus Q square plus 2PQ minus 4PQ. This will be P minus Q whole square. Is P minus Q whole square positive or not? Can I definitely say it is positive? Yes, it is positive because square is positive. And square of any number will always be positive. But it can also be 0 if P is equals to Q. So I can definitely not say whether it is positive or 0 in the statement itself, in the question itself. So whether if I take use of statement 1, if P is less than Q, then this value will be negative. But the total value will be positive. So using statement 1, I can say P is positive. If P is greater than Q, then the whole value will be positive. Square of positive will again be positive. So either statement 2 also says that the value will be positive. The answer will be, so by using statement 1 or 2, I can say that the value will be positive. The answer will be B. In a T20 cricket match, 3 players X, Y and Z score total of 37 runs. The total score of X, Y and Z is 37. The ratio of number of runs scored by X to the number of runs scored by Y is equal to the ratio of number of runs scored by Y to number of runs scored by Z. So here I can say that XZ is Y square. Value 1 is runs scored by X. Can we get the value of X here by using these statements? No, I can get value of 1 or 2 or 3, and I can definitely not determine the relationship between value 1, 2 and 3. So the option can be, the answer will be option D. Cannot be determined. The question says let P plus Q is 10, where PQ are integers. Maximum value of P into Q when PQ are positive integers. So I want maximum value of P and Q when both P and Q are positive integers. So in only one way it is possible to get maximum value of P and Q if both the numbers are side by side. If I take P and Q are 5 into 5. The condition here is P plus Q is 10, which is satisfied. 5 plus 5 is 10. The maximum value here is 25. So this is value 1. Whatever other integers you can take for P and Q, you can get the maximum value other than 25. And second value 2 is maximum value of P and Q when P is greater than minus 6 and Q is greater than minus 4. If P is greater than minus 6, and again I want maximum value of Q, I can again take P value as 5 because it is greater than minus 6. Again take Q value as 5 because it is again greater than minus 4. In both conditions, P and Q is again 25, which is value 2. So the correct statement here is value 1 is equals to value 2. Consider a set of 11 numbers. Minimum value of the average of numbers of the set when they are consecutive integers greater than 5. I want minimum average value of 11 numbers, and the number should be consecutive integers which are greater than or equals to minus 5. I'll get minimum value if I take all the numbers starting from minus 5 itself. So if I start with minus 5, next consecutive integer will be minus 4. If I go for 11 digits, it will become, here in this condition itself I'll get average value as 0. Value 2 is, this is value 1. Minimum value of product of the numbers of the set when they are consecutive non-negative integers. So I want non-negative consecutive integers. I can start from 0 because it is non-negative integer, and I can take 1, 2, 3 and so on till 10 because the total set should be 11 numbers. In this case, product will be 0. This is again value 2. Which of the following is correct? Value 1 is value 2. This simple question from average concept. The average of three numbers P, Q and R is K. That means P plus Q plus R is 3K. P is as much more than the average as Q is less than the average. If I say that P is more than the average, X amount more than average, then Q should be the same amount less than the average. K minus X. Now I want value of R in terms of K. I want R in terms of K. So I need to convert P and Q also in terms of K. If I replace P as K plus X and R as Q as K minus X, then R is 3K. Here I will get X and X subtracted. 2K plus R is 3K. Then R value will be K. It is simple question. Moving on to next question. Let X be a real number between 0 and 1. Which of the following statements is or correct? Let take X as 0.5. This can be 1 by 2. If I take X square, this will be 1 by 4. If I take X cube, this will be 1 by 8. Let's say for argument's sake, if I take X power 4, this will be 1 by 16. I can see that X square is greater than X cube is greater than X power 4. That means X power 0.5 should be greater than X power 1. This should be greater than X square. So if I observe this pattern, X square is greater than X cube is correct. X is greater than root X. Root X can be written as X power 0.5. This statement is incorrect. So I can state that only one is correct. The difference between any two natural numbers is 10. So I have two natural numbers whose difference is 10. So I can take X and X plus 10 as my natural numbers because difference is 10. What can be said about the natural numbers which are divisible by 5 and lie between these two numbers? So I want natural numbers in between those two numbers which are divisible by 5. If I take X value as 1 and X plus 10 as 11. So how many numbers are in between 1 and 11 are divisible by 5? 5 is divisible by 5. 10 is also divisible by 5. So the first statement is there is only one such number. It is incorrect. There are only two such numbers. Only two such numbers. If I take my X value as 5 and then X plus 10 will become 15. In between 5 and 15 only 10 is divisible by 5. So it can be also 1. There are only two such numbers is also incorrect. There can be more than one such numbers is exact statements because second statement says there are only two such numbers. In every case it is not possible to have two such numbers because in between 5 and 15 there is only 10 which is divisible by 5. So second statement is incorrect. Third statement is correct. This is again a tricky question but easy question. A set X of 20 pipes, so X has 20 pipes, can fill 70% of tank in 14 minutes. So X having 20 pipes will fill 70% of tank in 14 minutes. So it will take how many minutes to fill 100% of tank? 20 minutes. Another set of Y have 10 pipes fills 3/8 of tank in 6 minutes. So to 100% fill the tank it will take 6 into 8 by 3, 16 minutes. A third set Z of 16 pipes can empty half of tank in 20 minutes. So Z has 16 pipes, it can empty half of tank in 20 minutes. So to empty full tank, 100% of tank, it will take 40 minutes. If I take work rate of X, that will be 1 by 40. Work rate of Y will be 1 by 16 and work rate of Z will be 1 by 40 again. So now question says, if half of pipes of set X are closed, that means remaining half is open, that means the work rate will be half of it again, which will be here 1 by 20, sorry, which will be 1 by 40, and only half of pipes of set Y are open. So now again the work rate will be half plus 1 by 32. and all the pipes of set Z are open, all the pipes which is for emptying, then it will be 1 by 40. So the work rate will be 1 by 32. So that if the condition is like this, it will take 1 by 32 minutes, that means 32 minutes to completely fill the tank. But the question here is asking, how long will it take to fill 50% of tank? If it takes 32 minutes to fill the full tank, it will take 16 minutes to fill 15% of tanks. If n is a natural number, then what is the number of distinct remainders of 1 power n plus 2 power n? Here it is saying n is a natural number, so I will start n with 1. Whatever the value of n I will take here, the value will be 1 here and plus 2 power n. If I take n is 1, here it will be 1 plus 2, which will be 3. 3 when divided by 4 will give remainder as 3 again. If I take n value as 2, this will become 1 plus 2 square, this is 1 plus 4, this is 5. When divided by 4, it gives remainder of 1. If I take n3, 1 plus 3 square, 2 cube, this is 1 plus 8, 9 by 4, again leaves remainder of 1. So in every value of n greater than 1, the remainder will be 1. So the number of possible remainders are 1 is 3 and 1 is 1. So total 2 remainders are possible in this case. So the answer is C, not B. Let P equals to QQQ be a 3-digit number. What is the HCF of, I want highest common factor of P and 481. For argument's sake, take P value as 111 and again I have 481. I want highest common factor of both of these values, 111 and 481. I can easily eliminate the option D because 481 is not a factor of 111. Let's check whether 37 is factor of both 111 and 481. If I check, both 37 is factor of both 111 and 481, so option C is correct. For questions like this, going by options saves time. Again here, what is 489th digit in the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and it goes on repeating. So from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, total number of digits here are 9 and 2 digits 10, 11, it goes on till 99. So from 10 to 99, total 90 numbers are there and every number has 2 digits. Total number of digits will be 180. So till 99, total number of digits are 189. But I want 489th number. So 489. If I subtract this, I want 300th digit from 100. I know from 100 every number has 3 digits. But I want 300th digit from 100. So if I divide 300 by 3, I want 100th digit, 100th number. 100th number will be 199 and last digit here is 9. So the answer is 9. This is a simple question. There are 7 places A, B, C, D, E, F and G in a city connected by various roads A, B, so on. Condition is A is 6 kilometers south of B. So A is 6 kilometers. If I take B here, A here, 6 kilometers south of B. A is 10 kilometers west of C. So A is 10 kilometers west of C. D is 5 kilometers east of E, so I don't have any relation. C is 6 kilometers north of D. C is 6 kilometers north of D. Now I can get D is 5 kilometers east of E. So D is 5 kilometers east of E. So E is here and D is 5 kilometers east. This is also finished. C is 6 kilometers north of D. F is 9 kilometers west of B. F here is 9 kilometers west of B. F is 12 kilometers north of Z. F is again 12 kilometers north of Z. This is 12 kilometers. Now I want a person travels from D to F. So he is traveling from D to F. What is the distance covered by the person? The distance will be 6 plus 10 plus 6 plus 9. This will be 10 plus 9 plus 12. This will be 31 kilometers. Answer is C. In a certain code, 64 is written as 343 and 216 is written as 729. Then how is 512 written? So I want X value. Okay, in certain code, 64 is written as 343, 216 is written as 729, 512 is written as X. So I know that by observing these are cubes of some numbers. This is cube of 4, this is cube of 7, this is cube of 6, 9 and 8. If I see, the difference between the two numbers are always 3. So 7 minus 4 is 3, 9 minus 6 is 3. So 8 plus 3 should be 11. So there should be 11 cube, which will be 1331. Again a simple question if you find the logic. What is the remainder when 9 cube plus 9 power 4 plus 9 power 5 plus 9 power 6 and so on plus 9 power 100 is divided by 6? If I take 9 cube as common, again I can write 1 plus 9 plus 9 square plus so on 9 power 97 by 3 into 2. I can take 9 cube in the form of 1 3 will be here, 9 into 9 into 9, 3 times. So if this number is divisible by 2, then the remainder will be 0. How to verify whether this number is divisible by 2 or not? See, 9 power 1 is 9, 9 square is 81, 9 cube is again 9, 729. If I know the pattern of 9 powers, the pattern will be repetitive of 9 1, again 9 1 at the end. So here 9 plus 1 is 10. 9 square will have 1, then again 9 will have at the end. So this is again even digit at end, you will get 0. In the same pattern till 9 power 96 plus 9 power 97, you will again get 1 plus 0. This will be 0, 1 plus 9, 0 at the end. So we have 10 plus all even numbers in this bracket. So this even number is divisible by 2. The remainder will be 0. This is a little complicated question, but if you understand the concept here, you can solve this type of questions also. The question says, what is the smallest one digit number having exactly 4 distinct factors? I want smallest one digit number which will have exactly 4 distinct factors. Let's start with 1. It can have 4 factors. 2 have factors only 1 and 2. 3 has factors only 1 and 3. 4 has factors only 1, 2 and 4. 5 don't have any factors other than 1 and 5. 6 has factors 1, 2, 3 and again 6. So 6 is the smallest one digit number which will have exactly 4 distinct factors, which are 1, 2, 3 and 6. Statement 1 says 2 is one of the factors. Yes, it is correct. Statement 3 says 3 is one of the factors. It is also correct. But I don't want statement 1 and 2 to get the answer of 6. So the answer is, the question can be answered without using any of the statements. Let P, Q, R, S and B distinct non-zero digits. If PP into PQ equals to RRSS, where P is less than or equals to 3 and Q is less than or equals to 4, then what is Q equals to? If I take P value as 3, starting from 3, then 3 into 3Q should be equals to RR into SS. If I take Q value starting as 4, 33 into 34 will have 1122 as product, which will satisfy given conditions. So the value of Q will be 4. This can be answered without using R value as 1. 1 is also correct, 2 is also correct, but this can be answered even without using any of the statements. The question is, how is Q related to P? Statement 1 is saying P has two sisters, R and S. Both R and S are females. I can get the relationship between Q and P here because I don't have any relationship with Q here. Statement 2 is saying R's father is the brother of Q. R's father, they are all siblings, so their generation ahead is R's father, you can take X, is brother of Q. So R's father is a male, is brother of Q. I don't know exactly the gender of Q and I don't know exactly the gender of P here. So now what is question? How is Q related to P? Without knowing gender of Q and P, I can't exactly say how is Q and P are related. So the answer will be, cannot be answered using any of the statements. That's the end of aptitude questions. So with this, I can clearly say that people who have solved previous year questions can feel the paper is easy to moderate, and people who didn't solve and focused on PYQs can feel the paper as very hard. So the importance of PYQs is again shown in this paper. Thank you.